Thank you for being traffic.
Thank you, Denise. And of course, Shaina Magdaya.
Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Maraming salamat for coming us tonight. And I'm very excited kasi I'm back with the dream.
Yes, I was gonna say.
Season. So yun po.
Correct. And another who is back to Dreamscape, Mr. J. Cuenca.
Magandang gabi at saka advance Merry Christmas sa inyong lahat.
Of
And
course.
Happy New Year. Hindi ko na yung pagkakataon, batiin kayo. At yun, maraming salamat sa oportunidad, Dreams.
Aaron, malinaw ba sa inyo? Siguro this is the time na we will entertain questions about the role, the story, and who the best person to ask that is.
Yeah, ang unang magtatanong syempre ang Dean of Entertainment Journalists. Wala ba kundi si Manay Rattle Ramos.
Hi, Manay.
Hi, Manay.
Ako magtanong, napansin ko lang sa inyong tatlo.
Opo.
Mga very haunting ang looks nyo. Sino lang may
Ay, nako, I woke up like this po. Yung picture ka din. Woke up like this.
I think it's because the black theme ng Tita
Ang
Eto.
ganda-ganda ng ano nila. Lalo na si Jay. Talagang parang beauty queen ang kanyang...
Pang-international ba, Manay?
Yes. Ngayon ano,
Or Mr.
pwede
Philippines.
gusto ko muna itanong, why the title, Haunted?
Oh, go ahead.
Kaya maraming factors po sa kwento namin, Bad the Haunted. Yung isang aspekto po nun, yung bahay na tinitirahan namin, meron siyang parang curse. May mga masasamang bagay na nangyayari sa bahay na yun na masasabi mo supernatural. At the same time, meron din may reoccurring na character na makikita niyo throughout the episodes na yung audience mismo huhula kung sino ba talaga yung multong niya. So yun po.
Shaina.
So yun, merong factor na gano'n na parang hindi at peace ang bawat character. Like my character,
Which is anong pangalan na Shaina? Yung character mo?
kaya ko pa ba?
Ano? Ha? Ano?
Ha?
Yun.
Anong
So
pangalan?
yung has a mom kasi, si Ate Ana, Ate Rita. So, yun po, parang because of not a good like a situation, nagkaroon po sila ng problema and nasabi niya yun sa nanay niya and nagkaroon sila ng misunderstanding ng mom niya. So, na-stroke ang kanyang nanay because of her. So, parang pasan-pasan niya yung guilt na yun. So hindi talaga at peace yung character ko, which is Eileen, a young mom, and meron akong anak dito, si Angel, and my husband is Jordan. Jake's character. And marami pang matutuklasan yung character ko na parang hindi rin kanais-nais na ginawa ng aking magaling na asawa na si Jordan.
Ang
Na
ganda.
dapat niyo
Napakagaling
napakagaling po talaga ng asawa ko dito, kaya kailangan niyo pong panoorin.
I will. D! Mukhang sa poster pa lang, parang ano ba?
Woke up like this rin po. Ganyan po talaga ako. Nakakatakot pag nagigising. And no, my character's name is Monica. And this show is really about family, love, second chances in life. And I think my character in this show is looking for all of the above. For a fresh start, for love, for a perfect family, and second chances.
Wala na bang ibang, hindi naman ikaw yung
Siya yung
Siya yung link naming lahat.
Siya yung link namin. Siya yung kumbaga, siya yung ka-affair ko. Siya yung
Yes,
ka-affair ko.
yeah.
pero tao ka dito.
Yes.
I mean, human being.
Tama
Hindi
kayo,
ano.
place na
All of
Yes,
the
po.
above.
Baka may twist din na hindi pwedeng
Yes,
sabihin.
actually, not just with my kami pinapalabas. Every episode may pasabog kami. Different
Yeah.
twist, different turn.
Oh, yun yung maganda sa show, may misteryo kada episode. So, kumbaga yung tao din yung huhula kung saan, kung
gusto ko
paano
yan.
dumudugtong yung kwento. Puno siya ng flashbacks, puno siya ng mga pinapakita sa flashback yung mga pagkakamali ng characters namin. And then sila yung magdudugtong kung ano yung nangyayari in the present time.
So yung pagiging haunted nung show, hindi isang tao lang yung factor. Kumaga yung situation, yung buhay nila, and then yung decisions na ginawa nila sa buhay nila, that will also haunt them conscience-wise or karma-wise. Titignan natin kung anong mangyayari. Per episode naman, merong maibibigay yun sa bawat manonood.
Nice. Tita Ethel,
Question ko for you or for anyone in the production.
mukhang andyan sa kanan kaliwa mo pwedeng sumagot.
Yung ganito.
Head writer.
Bakit sinadya bang ipalabas ito ngayong Christmas time?
Parang hindi kainan or gift-giving, pero pinanood ko yung yung kasama na tapos. It draws you closer to each other. So,
Kasi in the past, lagi medyo fantasy lang, hindi naman ganitong
Oo.
ano. Pero ito, Joel, kasi medyo
horror, pero ang core is still the family.
family pa rin.
Okay, kung paano ito mananatiling buo sa kabila ng lahat ng nangyayari sa paligid.
Okay, ayun.
Interesting.
Sa Ethel,
Our next
iba na hinoman pa.
Hindi, I'm just show together siguro. No, you know, how old are we now? We're in our 30s, and like Shaina said, you go through a lot when you're young, because that's really the time where, you know, sometimes the only way to learn things is going through the mistake and actually hitting your head. So there are a lot of things in my life that I feel like I could have done better, but I thank the experience of the mistake, because that's how I realized what's right and what's wrong. And so I don't have any regrets. Pero yung burger ko na may regret ko talaga.
Hinoman ka hanggang ngayon.
Hinuhot niya ako sa tiyan ko.
Ito
Isang
na.
gabi lang yun yung burger na yun.
Ay, ha?
Isang gabi lang yun.
Hindi, nagbaon ka sa
Ito na yung sinasabing maraming ano.
Ako, parang nilulunod ako sa upuan ko.
Silence, please.
Ah,
Wait, they say the best and kindest people are the ones that come from the most adversity. Di ba?
Tama. Hindi, tama. Agree ako siya na I try to live a life with no regrets. Pero kung meron man ako pinagsisisihan na pwede kong baguhin ng dati, siguro yung panahon na may ginawa akong fashion show na malaking-malaki na naka-supporter lang at mataba ako ng time na yun. Siguro if I had the chance,
Yun ang naalala
sana
mo.
binabaan ko ng kapiraso yung confidence ko at sinabi ko, sana ako ng konting damit ng fashion show na yun. Pero yun, maybe that's it. Yeah, that's the one.
Nothing major about decision making, about
Decision
life.
making, ano naman. God's been good, life's good.
Amen. Nice.
One last question para dun sa creative. I'm just curious kung if the concept of the show or is it inspired dun sa patayin sa Sindak si Barbara or something?
Si Joel, Joel can answer. Nakopya ka ba, Joel, sa patay sa Sinda? Char.
Hindi, actually kami rin yung gawa ng Patayin sa Sindak si
Ay,
Barbara.
correct. The
Yung
group of ano.
Chris Aquino version. So conscious kami na may iba. Although may factors like,
Tama, Dreamscape din pala yan.
Pero mas nag-concentrate talaga to sa family.
Kasi may manika din dito. During
Hindi mo sasalitain man yun. Promise.
Thank you, Jude. Next, eh?
Yes, partner. Ito, malamig ang kanyang Pasko ngayon. Wala iba kundi si Michael Dix Almacen.
Malamig at malamig at malagim din ba?
Excuse me, it's not malamig.
Hello, mainit pala.
Ako rin siya Ina NJ kasi before nagsama kayo sa dun sa OFW serye.
Ako iniiwan mo, yes.
Yes, 2012.
Kain.
Yes.
So, ano yung mga bagong discoveries ninyo ngayon muli nagsama kayo sa show na ito?
7 years ago.
Alam mo,
And first, siya Ina NJ din nagsama sa The Better Half, di ba?
sa akin, isang malaking deciding factor kung ba't ko rin tinanggap yung project kasi magkakatrabaho, yung cast. Kasi yung cast. Tapos si Direk Manny Palo nga naging director namin. Pero yung nakakatuwa sa experience, mabigat agad yung eksena na ginawa natin eh. Tapos tumagaw sa mom ko talaga after, sabi ko, grabe ma'am, parang almost how many years, 7 years nang lumipas at parang walang oras, parang walang time sa pagitan, walang oras sa pagitan namin ni Shaina. Parang nag-start lang tayo ulit.
Parang kahapon lang, oo.
Nung drama sequences, walang feeling out process. Andun na agad. Yun yung nakakatuwa. Nakakatuwang isipin na kahit 7 years na yun, then magka-eksena tayo mabigat, andun agad. Tapos si Denise din, syempre, sabi kami nagsimula sa industriya 18 years ago naman. So parang, and then from that first project, ngayon lang tayo nagkatrabaho ulit. So, nakakatuwa. Nakakatuwa at sabi ko kahit horror yung tema ng show namin. Excited kami lahat pumunta sa set, lahat parang wala na nga kami sa tent, nasa standby area lang kami tatlo lagi, kwentuhan na kami ng kwentuhan. Parang good vibes. Super good vibes yung set.
That's true, no? That's also parang my deciding factor. Kasi it came as a surprise dahil katatapos ko lang po nang umiti ang langit. And I did not expect na ganito kabilis magkakaroon ako agad ng trabaho. And
3 weeks ago? For a month ago?
yeah, just a few weeks ago. And,
few weeks ago lang.
and I did not see it coming dahil nga medyo matagal na akong... My last with the Dreamscape was Asintado. So, ayun po, yun yung deciding factor was my leading man and my director. And yun nga.
Libre ako ng pizza bukas.
Ano ka ba may bayad tong sinasabi ko? Akala mo, ito lang.
Envelope.
So, yun po, I said yes right away dahil alam ko naman na si Jake yung mga katrabaho ko. And I'll be working with our director again. And like what he said, it's same, for me, it's same but different. Parang same pa rin yung chemistry that we've established since like 2012. But somehow different kasi siguro nag-iba na rin yung maturity ni Cuenca when it comes to his roles. And ako din yung the way siguro na kapag meron siyang binato sa akin na let's say na emotion, iba na rin ang pagtanggap ko dun ngayon. So ang sad dahil it's familiar but we're playing with the same actors and staff pero different characters na in path na dahil pa-horror naman siya, hindi na siya heavy drama. But it's always nice to be working with the same people again. And yun naman lang hihingin ko na dahil matagal na tayo sa industriya. And I think na, I always say na wala naman na akong bago na magagawa or is there still something like a new character for me. Ang binibigay naman sa akin are good materials and familiar faces and sobrang gagaan sa trabaho. Kaya nagpapasalamat ako doon. So, yung effort, mahirap ang trabaho, mahirap ang role, mahirap ang material, pero yung trabaho namin beyond the camera, behind the camera, sobrang mabilis and sobrang madali and sobrang masarap. The same with yung pinagdaanan din namin sa The Better we've established this friendship. Although this time, hindi pa kami nagkakatrabaho
Yes, we haven't had scenes together yet.
taping. Not yet.
Wala pa.
Wala pa po kaming nakukuna. I don't know tomorrow if meron. But it's nice dahil I'm very confident with my co-actors na masarap silang kahoin, sarap silang kabatuhan. And kapag ganun, masaya kang pumupunta sa trabaho, pumupunta sa set every single taping day. So I'm grateful for that, of course.
Same with my co-actors, blessings when they fall on your lap. Grab ka lang ng grab, and I'm so thankful that Dreamscape has me again.
After a few weeks lang.
Yes, just to meet me, after a few weeks. I know it's the Christmas season, and I still decided to take it just because, I'm blessed to even be thought of for the project, and at the same time, I'm with these wonderful people who I find so, they're dear to my heart. Like, Shaina and I have worked together in many different phases of our lives, and same with...
Ito na nga, ang 30 ako.
Ang TV, sobrang bagets pa natin. Wala pa tayong alam with everything. About your love, we were preteens, teenagers. You're learning about, teenage life and young love. And then about in The Better Half, we were a few years ago. It's a pretty heavy story. Yeah. Years ago. With Jake, we were together in Click. Click Bargalas. Yeah. We were teenagers then, and we kind of looked out for each other like brother and sister. Even when he moved to ABS, I really told everybody, guys, kapatid ko, papunta dito, mabait yon. Mukha lang maangas, pero mabait. And then, but we also had workshops with Direct Peke Together Actors Lab, and that really sealed our bonding experience. So now I think it's kind of full circle that we're in this maturity and we're working together. So I just had to grab the opportunity and say, yes, please. Even if it's the holidays, I want to do it. It does make a difference. No matter, ABS naman, kahit anong ibigay nila sa'yo, maganda talaga yung quality. No matter how you look at it, the scripts are always impeccable. The way it's shot is always the best. But of course, it's the icing on the cake that I get to work with these guys. So I'm so grateful. Thank you, Dreamscape.
And naalala ko pa yung interview ni Jake noong 2012 na si Shaina daw nga yung paborito niyang leading lady. After 7 years, si Shaina pa rin ba?
Tuloy-tuloy.
Kaya nga, sabi sa, hindi ko pa alam yung kwento. Sino yung Shaina? Okay, game.
Oh.
Game. Tapos si Denise din, diba? Nagka-text na pa kami.
Okay lang.
Kasi busy pa sila sa probinsyano, no?
Then the next question is like, bro, gagawin mo ba to?
Oo, hindi. Yung una pa lang kasi. Yung una pa lang nung, yung part starting pa lang nung casting. So,
Yeah.
for me, tulad ng sabi ko kanina, parang nung unang eksena namin, mabigat agad.
Oh,
And then parang walang panahon na duman. Parang 'di ba, we just picked up where we left off. Sa amin naman ni Denise, first sequence namin mabigat din. And then, doon mo naman makikita na walang kailangan, tulungan. Diba? We can all be...
That's the thing with us. We
We
all
can
help
be
each other.
vulnerable in front of each other and still be able to be there. We're still there to be there for each other to make the scenes work.
It's easy to ask for
Hindi
help.
siya yung competition na pagalingan, sino pinamaya. Kami parang nandun kami sa, we just want to give out the best sequences as possible as we can do collaboratively. Diba? Yeah.
Ang ganda ng cast, no? Pang prime time na di ba?
And world
Pang
peace
gabi-gabi.
now.
Correct.
Last one para kay Jake.
Ay, hindi pa pala tapos.
Okay lang
Saliwa pa
naman.
sa akin yung eksena mo sa ED. Itong, since panibagong horror na naman itong ginagawa mo, paano mo ito pinagandahan? Eerie, di ba? Ang performance.
Oo. Yung, sa Eerie, iba eh. Ibang-iba yung role eh. Talagang ibang-iba yung role. Ito kasi actually, yung umpisa, I'll be honest pagpunta ko sa set, I was just very open. Sabi ko, bukas instrumento ko, bukas ako for any ideas. Kasi ganun din naman ang tiwala ako sa director namin, si Manny Palo. So for me, parang yung characterization namin dito, yung characters namin, normal kami lahat hanggang sa nangyari to. Sa Eerie kasi, iba naman yun, medyo parang out of body experience. Ayun, hinanda ko lang sarili ko talaga for 3 days na wala akong kinakausap sa set, method acting. Pag naka-prosthetics na ako, game na ako. Eto medyo, yun rin siguro yung benefit namin, pinagsamahan kami tatlo. Kasi para kami ni Shaina, may pamilya na kami agad dito, may anak kami. So it was easy to be a family right away. Kami naman ni Denise, we had to recreate a relationship, diba? A relationship within 5 minutes. Ang dali rin lang, nagawa
Considering
namin.
magkapatid kami, alam mo yun.
Nagawa namin naman dali. Iba naman yung Eerie, saka iba naman to. Like, mahirap, hindi ko, for me personally, hindi ko makumpara yung dalawang projects. Yun.
Okay, thank you and congrats.
Thank you.
Agent siya rin sa Eerie, di ba?
Agent na sinaniba.
Yun na. Dito tatay, young dad.
Partner, may follow-up question lang si Manay.
Question lang ako. Si Shaina ang una.
Opo,
Ito
Manay.
others follow. Shaina, have you been haunted by an old love? Actually, pag i-identify ko kung sino.
Hindi ba?
Good vibes lang, Manay.
Hindi, it's di ba?
Grabe
May ganun ba?
Ang masasabi
Generally
ko lang
ka,
po,
Shaina.
pang-horror talaga yung tanong ninyo. Hindi, joke lang, Manay. Hindi.
Nag-haunt ba yung old love? Ganyan.
Ano kasi, like what I said, binibigay ko talaga lahat. I make it to a point that I exhaust everything, my efforts, my love, para when time comes na hindi talaga mag-workout yun, wala po akong regrets, kaya nagsabi ko kanina. So, hindi po. Ayoko naman. Even yung hurt and everything, the process, yung pagiging heartbroken, I embrace all of it and I learn from it and I take it and then after that I move on. Kaya po wala naman po. Wala po, Manay.
Kasi pati si Ate Bina mo, sabi niya,
Ano po?
puzzle ka na when it comes to love.
Ano po?
Puzzle sa kanya kung sino ang current mo.
Wala.
Pag-usapan natin sa ibang press ko.
dugo natin. Char.
Hindi ko po alam kung anong sinabi ni ate sa inyo, matanong.
Text mo.
Ewan ko dun sa ate kong yun. Pero yun po man, hindi naman po, thank God, hindi naman po. Pagtapos na po talaga.
Tanungin na rin natin si Denise kung nakakuhan sila ng past love.
Correct.
Denise and Jake. Hindi naman kailangan di ba? Bumabalik ba yon? Binabalikan ka ba nung Hinukuhan ka ba? Have you ever been haunted by, ayun, mas gano'n.
Very forward thinking, very forward moving. Gagi. Gagi. Pinakasaraw ni Kuweka yun talaga eh. No, again, same. Very forward moving, forward thinking, you, like Shaina said, you live life with no regrets. You give it your all 100% of the time, whether it's brushing your teeth, going to work, loving somebody, taking care of your son. Whatever you do 100%. So when the time comes and you're old and gray, you look back and you can say, I did it. I gave everything that I had, so no regrets. So I can't say that I've been haunted because I have been accepting of every decision that I have made in my life, whether good or bad. And world peace, thank you very much.
Okay. Si Jake, tanongin natin.
The same. I agree.
Anong agree?
Tapos na.
Pagdating na, I agree na lang.
Pag tapos na. So, kumbaga ako, parang one day at a time, kung ano kailangan ko gawin in that day, dun na ako nakafocus kung ano nangyayari ngayon.
So,
There's no point in looking.
Hindi mo ina-allow yourself na i-haunt ka ng past love?
Hindi. I mean, minsan na sa pag-arte, syempre may mga babalikan ka na magagamit mo sa eksena. Pero really, na normal day, hindi. Wala na nag-haunt sa akin sa past ko. Pag tapos na.
Galing na.
Winner. Ito,
Wow.
partner. Ito, veterano na pagdating sa ghosting. Walang iba kundi si June Lalim.
Tito June.
Talagang pinasok mo yung
Ay, si
haunted.
Tita June kasama natin yun, click mo lang.
Wow!
Correct ko lang, 17 years ago kayo nagkasama. Hindi
17 ba? Oh, sorry.
18.
1 year off. 1 year off. 1 year off.
Ayusin mo kasi.
Saka correction din. Nag-ABS muna ako bago nag-GM.
Bago nag-gym, sorry. Okay. 17 years ago. 17 years ago. Kung may nakakalala si Tito June yan eh. Day 1 namin. Day 1 ko nandun si Tito June.
Anyways, eto. Pero ang galing-galing mong sumagot, Denise. Ang galing-galing mo. Talagang mukhang matindi ka. The way you answer. Pang pang beauty queen ng mga sagot.
I always had it in me. Pero I'm just short.
Pero before ko kayo tanungin, congratulate ko kayo. Mas maganda to congratulate you guys. Kasi trailer pa lang talagang mukhang may aabangan. Kasi nagustuhan ko yung Parasite Island eh. Di ba? Sa group din nila. Pero eto, napakaganda. Parang pelikula nga. Tama si EJ kanina. Parang pang Metro Manila Film Fest. And di ba pag Metro Manila Film Fest, malakas din yung mga horror movie. So, parang feeling ko maraming mag-aabang ng The Haunted. Huwag ka nang magtaas ang kilay, Alan Jones. Okay, ayaan mo nang bulahin ko sila. You have to be nice, lalo na pag mag-Christmas. Okay, anyways, syempre, unahin ko si Shaina. Shaina, congrats, kasi parang sunod-sunod ang mga shows mo after mapabalita before na muntik-muntikan ka ng mawala at lumipat somewhere. So, anong pakiramdam na after nang ngumiti ang langit, eto ka sa The Haunted?
May ganun ba, Shai?
May ganung issue before.
Marami naman talagang nasasabi yung mga tao tungkol sa atin. What's important is we know what's true, and at the end of the day, I'm still here. I'm still a kapamilya. I'm still here in ABS, and I actually have a new show. So, doon pa lang po nagpapasalamat ako na hindi naman nila ako pinapabayaan. Even since, I don't know, ayoko na sabihin, from ilang years ago, bata pa lang po ako. Hindi talaga nawala yung trabaho. And even ako, tinatanong ko rin na parang, marami namang ibang artista dyan, bakit hindi ako nawawala ng trabaho? So I just really want to remain grateful to the network and to the people, and to, of course, all the business unit heads, kasi hindi po ako natatali sa isang unit lang. I mean, I get to work with different units, and malaking factor yun sa akin. And yun, like what I said, hindi ko po in-expect that I'll have a show agad right after nang umiti ang langit. Kasi iba yung nakaplana for me. But this is a very good surprise, and I'm very happy with it, and I'm grateful for the show, of course.
So, na-excite ka with horror naman siya. After ng pambata ng morning show, then horror ka.
Actually, ang unang pagkakaalala ko sa time slot na to is really Once Upon a Time. So my first quest, kasi lumaki ako sa Once Upon a Time. I even did Once Upon a Time, the movie, when I was younger. I was 7 years old.
Nag-press kung tayo sa Annabelle, di ba?
Director ko pa nun si Direk Johnny
Johnny
Manahan. Christopher De Leon was my father. So lumaki po talaga ako dun sa brand na Once Upon a Time. So that was my first question na, Once Upon a Time pang bata, yun na bakit horror? So yun nga po, nag-rebrand din sila. But also, maganda yung time slot na 8 o'clock every Sunday. And for me, may mga pamangkin po kasi ako eh. I have 7 pamangkins. And yung mga bata, sobrang hilig talaga nila sa horror. And it's, for me, parang perfect timing. Kasi it's the holidays, so walang pasok yung mga bata. They will get to bond as a family, as cousins, as friends. And then at the same time, they will enjoy our material dahil horror siya. Tapos at the same time, hindi lang naman siya puro takutan, puro sagawan lang. Meron ding family factor and marami rin namang matututunan yung audience natin. So, I'm very, very, very happy.
Saan location nyo? Saan yung bahay?
There's one in New Manila, and then, actually Quezon City pa lang kami.
Is it haunted yung bahay?
I've taped there for years already. The better half, actually kapag ka nakakatakot, like flashbacks, yung bahay na yun talaga yung ginagamit.
Wala kayong nararamdaman din.
So the better half, di ba? May nakita sila sa camera.
Oh, really?
I don't know, that was this house.
Yeah.
Yun yung unang sabi kasi sa akin, naalala mo, di ba may nakita sila sa camera, may parang lumabas daw sa camera. Pero ako wala akong personal experience, pero yung camera namin may nakagip daw sa bahay na to.
Pag nandun kayo sa location, wala kayong, yung parang kakaibang pakiramdam. Or, meron ba kayong ginagawa pag galing ng taping? Kasi, di ba, ang dami ng story in the past na gumawa ng horror, a movie or horror na project. Tapos, there's something na nangyayari. Meron sa isang famous actress pa nga na nung gumawa siya ng isang episode sa isang trilogy movie, sinasabi na there's something after that. Okay.
I think it's no matter where you go. Me personally, whenever I go anywhere that's new for the first time or anywhere that's not my home, I tend to shield myself in prayer and positivity. And as an actor naman, whenever I take on a role, I make sure when it's the last shot of the day that I detach myself from that character. So I hope and I pray that, you know, there's always things that are unseen and forces that you cannot control. I hope and I pray all the time na wala nang sumusunod. Fingers crossed.
And how about Jay? Lalo na, ikaw galing ka rin sa isang movie.
Hindi, yun na nga eh. Parang nanggaling ako sa arena, nakakatakot, di ba? Super na, wala kaming naramdaman at all sa location na yun. In fact, tinest ko pa nga yung limits kasi doon ako sa madilim na nag-prepare ganyan with kasama si Jillian, dalawa kami nag-prepare doon, tinatakot namin sinamang Charo, sinagdayan ng tayo. Pero, hindi, wala. Kasi ako personally, tulad ng kay Denise, ako matibay faith ko, then positive ako na tao. Hindi ako masyado nag-iisip ng malalim pagdating sa ganyan na bagay. But sa show namin wala naman. Parang, like I said, parang pagdating namin sa set, tawanan din na kami ng tawanan. Pero
Nasa labas kami, we have to stay outside.
Magaling din kasi talaga, I mean, credit to Direk Manny Palo, yung art depth namin,
Yes.
yung nag-iilaw, nagiging ganyan yung itsura. Also sa post. Pero really, pag nakita mo yung bahay, that's not, for me personally, wala naman nakakatakot.
Maaliwalas,
masyado.
diba? It's like it's
Maaliwalas,
nice.
pero nung pag tinignan mo na yung monitor, yun
ganun
pala
pala.
lumabas nun.
Pero with the kwento of Shaina nga, may nakunan sa camera before.
Yeah, sa The Better Half.
Yeah, sa The Better Half.
Ako nung first day natin, parang wala naman. Diba? Parang, wala
Pero
naman.
narinig mo yung kwento about
Doon? Wala nagsabi. Ngayon alam ko na. So bukas, sa TV.
Ano, kaling ka na bukas?
Dito.
So, magdasal-dasal ka na
Okay.
bago ka pumunta ng set bukas.
Ihanda ko sarili ko with prayer and positivity bukas.
True, shield lang.
Kotse.
Ganun din with mega people, shield yourself. Ganyan.
Anyways, good luck. Kasi
Thank you.
Salamat.
Thank you.
Lalo na yung Parasite Island, di ba? Grabe. O, pati ako nanonood. So, eto pa papanorin ko.
At kay June, siguradong mahuhook ka sa dawa.
Sweet ni June, no?
Correct. And the
Thanks,
part,
June.
ang susunod na magtatanong ay bukas ang kanyang
I
third
think we're
eye.
down to our last three.
Yes, last week. Ang may third eye na si Alan sa Con of Stars pa to.
Seryoso?
Yes.
May third eye ka lang?
Fourth eye po.
Hi po, congratulations.
Salamat.
Ano ko lang, because this is horror, may mga times ba in your life na meron kayong in your life na ayaw niyong mangyari?
Parang marami.
Marami.
Pag hindi ka pa secured siguro sa sarili mo, even yung fear of dying, di ba? Like, maraming na pag-uusapan pagdating sa ganun, or fear of disappointing other people. Di ba, gaano kalawak ba? Di ba? How deep do you wanna go? Maraming mga ganon, but I think more than anything, mas lalo na sa panahon ngayon, overthinking kills. So, kumbaga, in-anticipate mo na yung mga masasamang mangyayari, pero wala naman pala because you know you're overthinking.
I do that sometimes. Oh my
We're
God.
all guilty.
I think
we do
actors
it.
are overthinkers because we
Diba?
dissect everything.
We overanalyze life so much. Tapos at the end of the day, parang, sarili ko lang pala yun. Sarili ko lang pala, tinakot ko lang yung sarili ko. So, you know, you just wanna parang not think too much, trust the process, enjoy it, and just continue having faith. And I guess, ganun po for me. I don't know sa kanila if ganun po.
Same. Same.
Go ahead.
Go.
I think for me, I think before my son came along, I lived a pretty fearless life. I was never afraid to die. I was never attached to material things. I really just loved loving people. People would talk about me all the time and get me wrong based on how I look. Kasi yung kontrabida kong face, iba naman sa puso ko. But I would just go on living life and with knowing that whoever I am, however God made me, the truth will always come out. But I think being never afraid to die then changes when you have a child. Right after childbirth, the next day, I almost died. And I remember thinking to myself, I don't want to die without getting to know my son and making sure he has a wonderful life prepared for him. And then a couple of years ago when I had my cancer scare, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have anything prepared for my son's future and I can't, leave him. It's me and him forever. So, I think if there's one thing that I'm afraid of now that I wasn't afraid of before, it would be leaving this life without my son set up for the future.
Ilang taon na raw yung anak mo? Tanong
He's
niyo
8 at magka-height na kami. Yes, he's a big boy but still a baby at heart. So naawa ko sa kanya kasi people see him, they think he's a teenager. Pero he's still a little boy in his heart. So yeah, he's 8, size 8 ang paa. So gastos.
Jake?
Ako same din, parang kay Denise ako parang, I would say parang ako yung tipong tao na very fearless. Like wala akong masyado maraming kinakatakutan. But I think, pag ngayon na tumatanda na tayo, getting more mature, parang if you have fear for anything, it's for your loved ones. Diba? Parang I'm always, ngayon pag lumilipad, umalis magulang ko, or pag marami ng bata rin sa bahay, mga anak ng kapatid ko, obviously parang ayaw mo sila masaktan. But for me, generally, for myself, I'm quite fearless. Pero ngayon, tama lang sinabi ni Shaina in a way na parang you can't overthink things naman. Hindi naman pwedeng i-baby mo sila ng sobra. You have to let them, you have to let them figure things out on their own. Pero, tama. Parang, I guess, being older now, more mature, parang if I had any fear, it's fear for my loved ones, my family, people I really care about. Yeah.
My last question, we're just curious kung, kasi parang sa tinagal yung magkakatrabaho before, yung mga hindi pa ganun ka-mature yung love and yung attraction sa iba. Si Jake ba, may times na na-attract kay Shaina? Parang hindi kayo na-link di ba? May ganun ba na factor that you wanna court her nung time na magkasama kayo? Para alam lang namin yung mga nakaraan niyo.
Maganda talaga si Shaina, okay? Sabihin ko na. Pero, yung ano rin naman, yung interesting din sa pinagsamahan namin, nakita rin namin, or nandun kami para sa isa't isa noong mga panahon na we were, na may sarili kaming love life. Diba? Nakita na Shaina ako ng super down. Nakita niya ako ng sobrang taas. Same thing with her. Kumbaga, as a leading man or as a person who's worked with her for so long that time, inalalayan ko din siya in those times. At inalalayan din niya ako. So parang more than a physical attraction or romance, parang there's genuine love there for the person. Person na, alam mo yun, andun yung genuine love na hindi ko masabi na may mali siya that time. And hanggang ngayon, nandun pa rin. Same with Denise.
Katuwa naman si Jay.
Same with Denise. Same din naman.
Oh my
Uy, maraming beses
We've been through
marami na
some-
tayong pinagdaanan. Diba? Marami. Ayaw ko na lang detalye, pero marami tayong pinagdaanan. Pero yung sa amin ni Shaina in particular at that time, diba? Parang we've seen each other in relationships up and down. At nandun kami para sa isa't isa ng mga panahon na yun. Kaya nga parang 7 years later, parang wala talaga. Wala na wala.
Naramdaman ba yun siya, Ina? That time?
Oo naman po, opo. Like what he said, it's more of a brotherly, sisterly love and appreciation more than anything. And in fairness to Quenks, every time talaga, after Kaim, every time we see each other, kasi nakikita pa rin naman po kami sa ASAP, sa Christmas special, here inside ABS, and he'd always tell me na, trabaho naman tayo, and hindi to yung sasabihin lang niya na para lang, chika lang, showbiz chika, ganun. Hindi talaga, like he really means it. And gusto niya talaga ako makatrabaho. And sabi ko sa kanya, yes, I also want to work with you, given the right material. So 7 years later, this, I guess, is the perfect material. So, yun, tama lahat yung sinabi niya. And of course, I'm grateful to have good friends in the business. Kaya nga nagpapasalamat ako na binibigyan ako ng maayos, desente, masarap katrabaho ng mga tao. Importante yun para magawa mo rin yung trabaho mo ng mabuti. Because you don't wanna go to work ng dreading it every single day, di ba? Mahirap na yung trabaho namin, puyat kami. We're together, 18 hours a day, thrice a week. So, importante na masarap katrabaho yung mga kasama ko. So, yun.
Last kay Denise.
Thank you.
Naramdaman mo rin ba yung ganun kay Jake before na?
Kay Shaina. No,
Love team ni
Pwede na kami
Denise
love
together
team.
half
Also
actually.
dahil ng shows namin together. I think, it's crazy how everything that I've heard from Shaina and for Jake is talking about sibling love. And, that's really how we feel about each other. Shaina, we both have the same problems with our health, and we're always trying to compare notes on how we can do better for ourselves and our body and peace of mind and a positive outlook in life. And with Cuenca, he's pretty much my brother from another mother. I mean, he's the type of person that even if we don't see each other every day, at important milestones in our lives, we're there for each other. When poo-poo hits the fan, we are there for each other. I've seen him transform from many different phases, many different relationships in his life. I have held his vomit in my hands at one point. TMI. But that's how we love each other, I swear, if anything happens to any of these two without batting an eyelash, I would be there.
Thank you, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We are down to our last two questions.
Last two, okay.
Ito, ang susunod na magtatanong ay ang at peace ngayon. Wala lang kundi si Kate Adahar of Rattle Republica.
Merry Christmas! Gusto natin yan.
Kanina kasi na-mention yun, yung sa character ni Jake, may madidiscover na. In real life, how much importance do you place when your partner's past? Or siguro may nangyari na ba na na-affect your relationship because of something you discovered na ginawa in the past?
Wait, work-wise sabi ko kay Quenks nung unang taping namin, ano ba naman yan, 2012, babae yung problema natin. 2019 na, babae pa rin yung problema natin.
May other woman pa rin yung
Grabe,
problema.
yun pa rin yung pinagtatalunan natin. But in real life,
How much much importance ang past?
For me, ako personally, I'm very lucky to be with a person who didn't judge me because of my past. Marami siyang narinig about me, marami siyang ganyan, but she didn't judge me with the things that she heard. She judged me with what she saw in front of her. So,
What's
Sino
your
to?
hashtag?
si Kylie. So,
di ba?
ako
Wala na
nakakilala
kasi.
ko
Hashtag,
sa
salita.
hindi niya ginudge yung book by its cover. So,
Ano ba yung hashtag? Hashtag Kylie Quaint. Kylie Quaint.
Maka-judge ka naman,
May
Jake.
shade.
Okay na okay naman. What past are you
Hindi naman,
talking
yun. Sa
about?
mga naririnig na, mga
Chismis.
chismis. And same sa family niya. Nung nakilala ko ng dad niya, nakilala ko brothers niya. Parang importante sa kanila kung ano yung judgment call nila right then and there, yung impression nila sa akin in the very beginning. So, ako for that, I'm thankful.
Yeah, I guess kaya importante to build a right foundation, which is friendship first. Because it's no joke to fall in love and to trust that other person with, your future and your even your time, which is so valuable nowadays. Ibibigay mo yun sa tao na yun, and you wanna be sure na I just wanna clarify din, it doesn't mean that the person is bad or the person is good. Na kanya-kanya naman tayo ng tolerance level when it comes to love, diba? But you wanna make sure na kaya ng tolerance level, kaya mo tanggapin. And people change at the end of the day. Even I have changed. So it's wrong to parang judge the person based on their past. But importante rin that you are open to that person. So I guess communication and trust is very, very important po.
What's it? No, I think she's right. It's a balance of everything. When you welcome somebody into their heart, it's not conditional. Hence the term unconditional love. You accept the person for all that they are and all that they've been through. And like I said earlier, there is really no wrong experience or no bad thing that happens. It's only a learning process. Now, if you don't learn from the things that happened to you in your past, then that's something else. But if I'm able to fall in love with you and accept you for all that you are, I recognize the fact that the past is the past.
Thank you. And ano na lang yung aasahan na yung paano mananakot yun sa The Haunted? I mean, madugo ba or more of kulatan?
Ano ba klaseng horror itong The Haunted?
Well, so far sa shoot namin, yung dalawang elementong yun nandun. I mean, nandun yung... dalawang elementong yun nandun. Story-wise, saka po visuals, yun, so far. Kasi 2 episodes pa lang natitape namin. So pati yung story para sa amin nag-unravel na. So kaya exciting rin makuha yung bagong script. Pag pinadala nila yung script, kasi madali rin basahin. Hindi siya parang teleserye ng kapal, di ba? Medyo maikli lang. Pero excited ka makita kung ano mangyayari after. So sana, yun din ang gusto namin maramdaman ng manonood sa amin every Sundays ng 8 p.m.
What's gonna happen next? Ganun.
Diba?
What's
Kasi
gonna happen next?
pag pinadala sa akin yung script,
Okay, attempts. 5 days pa, 6 days pa. Diba? Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, we're down to our last question, and
Okay,
that
namaste.
killer question will come from the fearless Alan Jonas of PAC.
Fearless. Kanya-kanya ng description dito.
Yeah. Mga moniker.
Yes.
The almost 400,000 subscribers.
Wow!
Congratulations!
So you...
Kumakapadig.
Almost!
Gano'ng katagal tatakbo to? Ilang Sundays bali siya? Buong December lang?
20 episodes pa, tama ba?
Ha?
Nako, we can never
Matagal
tell.
din po.
Alright.
So, until dinadagdagan natin yung trabaho natin. Until end of Jan? Until end of January. Yeah, so 2 months.
So, mga 2 months din.
Yep.
Oo, tapos nabanggit kanina ni Jake at ni Denise na meron silang shield of prayers,
Positivity.
prayers and
Prayers.
positivity. So, ibig po sabihin na hindi kayo nakaranas ever ng any horror experience. Wala kayong mga ganun.
Meron one, actually pag inisip ko, may one time, kasama ko manager ko nun, si Neil Digia, sa Japan. So, nangyari, sila nakadana habang nasa banyo. Paglabas ko, sobrang freaked out sila. Kailangan natin umalis dito. Gano'n.
Ano raw nangyari, Jake?
Hindi, parang hindi na nila masyado... Kasi ako rin hindi ko rin ilalam eh. Sabi ko parang, okay, medyo... nakita ako talaga si Neil D, tapos yung kasama namin, yung producer nun, parang namumutla sila, tapos so, di ko na tinanong, maniwala na lang ako sa kanila na baka nga may nangyari doon at umalis na kami ng fast.
Ako very Nelia ha.
Wala nakita, pero apparently doon sa split second, di ba, na nag-ayos ako bago mag-show, paglabas ko doon sa standby area, pag may nangyari. So, yun yung closest call ko. Ay, meron din pala isa pang beses, although,
Meron pa pa.
or taping ng tayong dalawa, pero nakuha kasi sa camera,
Yes,
parang,
yes.
nandun
Para
kami
sa
sa
Doon
that
sa
theater dati, na tinabunan dati. Basta, yun.
San
Dun-
Juan.
Doon din na-aksidente si Coco noong time na yun.
Oh,
That
so-
same theater, yung
Sa film center ba ito?
Sa-
Oo. Doon sa may Rojas Boulevard?
Yeah, yun.
Oo.
Yun, yung may kinunan silang pinakita sa
Marami
amin. yung
talaga doon.
Pinakita sa amin yung parang kinunan ng location manager. May
Anong nakita?
kumakanta.
Ano nakita, James?
Hindi, may kumakanta. Habang sinushoot niya yung... Habang sinushoot niya yung lugar, yung location, pinapakita sa amin para makita na namin ang gagawin namin ng that day. Sabi ko, parang may kumakanta. Tapos lumapit si Gerard si Coco, kung ano, may kumakanta.
Dapat wala.
Wala kasi abandonado na yun. Eh. Wala
So
na
narinig niyo yung
kumakanta.
kanta? Narinig mo yung kanta, James?
Parang orchestra. Parang,
Oh, wow.
opera, parang gano'n. Theme song namin. Baka Insta story lang yun.
Baka may
Wala
background
pang Insta
music.
stories nung panahon na yun at wala pang iPad na pwedeng patugtugin ng malakas.
Baka na yung Spotify niya.
Spotify pala sa
Hindi, seryoso talaga. At kami natawa. Pero yun yung closest thing to have ever come with an experience. Yun na yun, dun yung pinaka.
So may ghost orchestra doon.
Yeah.
Ikaw,
Pero apparently haunted talaga daw doon eh. Di ba?
Oo, pero may nag-show nga doon, di ba?
Yeah.
Yung
Bukas na siya ulit. Bukas na siya ulit eh, di ba?
Oo.
That's what I heard.
Yung mga bading, di ba?
Pero sarado na ulit ngayon.
Pero,
Sinara ulit.
Sinara ulit? Balita ko kasi daw talaga meron
Meron
pa
pa
rin
rin
mga
eh.
nagaganap
Meron pa rin.
doon na... oh.
Actually, oo nga. Si Denise
Actually,
naman.
Alan,
Thank
parang
you, Denise.
sinundan ko.
Thank you.
Si Denise naman, meron ba?
I think so. The reason why I did learn about protecting myself with positivity and prayers because even when I was a child, I was very sensitive. I'm very sensitive to other energies and to other spirits. I don't know what that is, if that's a third eye or whatever. I never labeled it, but I always knew that I was very sensitive to surroundings and people's vibes and energies. Sometimes if I meet somebody, kahit tinatago nila yung bubog nila sa loob, nafe-feel ko kung ano man yung tinatago nila. So I do shield myself from negativity because I do have a lot of empathy for that. So when I was younger, I've had a few experiences, but off the top of my head that I can remember was when I was younger, we would have spirits in our compound, but they were all very nice, all really good spirits. I saw my cousin run in her house, so sinundan ko siya. And then sinundan ko siya all the way to the top. Hinabol ko siya. And then she ran into the room and closed the door. Akala ko gusto niya makipaglaro. So I tried opening the door. I heard it click that it was locked. When I opened it, there was nobody inside. And then I go, Tita Evie, is Nicole here? I was just running after her and then I entered the room, wala siya. Sabi, Nicole's not here, it's just me in the house. So they would like to play around with us kids and change shapes and into other
May
people.
doppelganger, si ano?
No, shape-shifting, whatever. But I just let that go. And then sa taping ng Provinciano, we were taping in a factory that burnt down recently. And the people died in the fire inside. About 50 people had died. I had parked my car right in front of the location kasi hindi pa kami nagtataping. And I tried to nap. And during that nap, I felt the same way they were feeling when they were choking to death. I was empathetic enough to feel. It makes me sound crazy. I don't want to share na. I don't want to share, but
Ano yung parang nasusunog ka? Parang gano'n.
parang nag-choke ako sa smoke. So the pressure on my chest while sleeping, akala ko binabangungot ako. I had to force myself to wake up. Because I couldn't wake up from my dream. So parang ang tagal ko tinatry gisingin yung self ko. And I just started praying in my sleep. So after a while, pagod na ako. At after that taping, after ko nagising that whole taping, pagod na ako. But, you know, again, there are spirits everywhere in the world. And you just have to pray for them. That's why they're lingering here. And every time you feel something wrong with your body, you feel sick, offer it up to the poor souls that are pray and offer the pain up to the poor souls that are lurking around here because they're good naman.
So obviously, Denise, ka nga sensitive. Hindi mo in-attempt na i-ano yan. Pwede mo yung i-develop yung gift mo, di ba? Ayaw mo.
I'm just a normal person. I mean, everybody, God blesses everybody, you know, with different kinds of gifts. I don't want you guys to think I'm weird, but I just am sensitive to people's emotions. Maybe that's why we're actors also, because when you read scripts, you can relate to people's emotions and how you feel and all of those things. But it's not necessarily that I really look for, these experiences. But it does happen. Like you see it in pictures, you see it in all these things, yeah.
Okay, baka si Shaina mas may nakakatakot na experience.
Wala na. Yun na yung nakakatakot sa akin, yung sa The Better Half. And fortunately, walang anything na nangyari sa akin. So, sana...
Tsaka daming kaibigan ni Shaina Madre.
Mismo.
It helps when you have God in your...
No, you really have to have faith. And
Gaya
gaya nung, I think kahit meron kang nararamdaman, like if you're sensitive or not, importante sa amin na ipagpag yung character after everyday day. Kasi mahirap talaga siya. I mean, mahirap karkahin yung emotions. Like, sometimes we have to cry even when we're not sad.
Parang
Diba?
talaga.
Oo, kailangan mo magalit pero hindi ka naman galit. Ang saya-saya mo buong araw pero kailangan mo magwala.
ka, tapos all of a sudden.
Kailangan mo manampal, diba? So parang, kailangan mo lang, it's all about energies. So, siguro kailangan mo lang ipagpag yun ng mabuti.
Actually, Shaina, remember yung masyado na manok ka dun sa Sam character mo sa Asintado.
Ay, grabe po ang
Takot na takot ka.
walang ibang spirits. Parang sarili ko yung
Oo,
kalabang
sarili
ko
mo yung
doon.
kalabang.
At yung script namin at yung role ko na napakahirap. Like what I said, ganun, I had to be parang physically, it was very physically draining, emotionally draining. Kasi nga galit lagi yung role ko, kontrabida, sumisigaw lagi.
Saan ka nagpupunta siya inang nagpapagpag? Para rin ba itong sa wake? Yung pagkagaling sa wake?
No. Siguro mas mas sa kotse, iiwan mo na. Like, you tell yourself, okay, tapos na yung trabaho. Back to the real Shaina. Ganon. Or ako, I have this, like my routine after every show, I leave. Like, I take 3 days off. I go to the beach, or if time permits, I go out of the country, or basta ipagpag lang yung, depende sa kung gaano kabigat yung pinagdaanan ko doon sa show na yun.
Taray ng pagpag out of the country. Baka sa bar lang.
Sa akin, di ko lang eh.
Kaya nga beach eh. So, depende po. Kanya-kanya para ma-shift yung energy mo. Kasi parang you're that person, you're that character for let's say 6 months. And dun sa pinagdaanan natin sa The Better Half, 1 taon po namin tinrabaho.
Oh my gosh, bigat yan.
Ang bigat-bigat talaga. So, hindi mo maiiwasan na kumapit sa'yo yung character. So, para lang maiba yung routine mo, maiba yung paligid.
Si Dominic Reyes sa McDonald's lang, nagpapagpag.
Pwede naman po. Kanya-kanya lang.
Hindi mo sa 7-Eleven. Okay, last question.
Okay.
Since since Christmas season nga, di ba? Tapos gusto ko yung na-connect ni Joel Mercado sa vlog yung malamig ang Pasko.
Correct.
Gusto ko yung na-connect yun. So, tatanungin natin, alam natin si Jake talagang sobrang mainit ang Pasko ngayon. So, yung dalawang girls muna, ikaw muna, Denise, kamusta ang Pasko mo? Malamig ba or what?
Hindi naman malamig. Yes, swerte naman me.
Yun na.
Becky naman.
Good for you. Good for you, girl. So,
Thanks.
meron kang love life. Happy ka now?
I'm always happy. You're born into this world. You're born into this world on your own.
Makatawa si Jake,
When you're always thankful, no matter what's going on around you, you'll always find something to be happy about.
But you have a happy love life now.
Hirap pagkasama mo mga kaibigan mo.
Oo nga, tama. Pag-uustokin ko na silang dalawa eh. Mag-walk out na ako dyan. Hindi ako mag-baby book. Kailangan pala yung bayad dyan. There's just so much love in my life right now. And, I'm thankful.
Nice. Okay.
Short and sweet.
Okay, let's go to Shaina.
Oh, yes.
Kaya mo yan, girl.
Oo. Gaano ba, malamig pa rin ba? Gaano kalamig? At paano ang sineselebrate ang Pasko?
paano naging malamig ang Pasko? Physically, malamig lang naman kapag nasa ibang bansa ako. But other than that, pare-pareho pa rin naman yung mga nakapaligid sa akin. And actually, nadadagdagan pa even my friends. So, I'm going to have a very happy Christmas. Work-wise, personal life-wise, everything wise. Yun. Masaya. Masaya ako.
So, nagsisingit ako.
Ano po
Sabi
yun?
mo malamig lang pag nasa ibang bansa.
Yes, kasi last
kasama
year,
sa Austria. Nung nandun ka.
my director,
Sure.
yes.
Sa-
Oo, nag-shoot po kami
Nandun ako
doon.
eh. Saan
Saan?
kami nakitang kasama ka?
Baka si Direk Lab yun.
Okay.
So we went to the Vienna Film Festival for a movie na nagpapasalamat po ako at nabigyan tayo ng pagkakataon to represent the film there. And at the same time, it was my birthday leave na rin. And then we shot for a few days for a film na sinimulan po namin noong 2017. This is a film with Ma'am Charo. And hanggang ngayon, hindi pa rin siya tapos. So, we shot for a few days there in Vienna. And then, yun po. Kung meron akong kasama, oo naman, may kasama ako. Kasama ko yung director ko. Yan.
Okay.
Shaina, alam mo raw yung fake news na pinatay ka?
Promise. Sorry.
Shaina, alam mo raw yung fake news na pinatay ka? May ganun palang lumabas. Please.
Parang, ano ba, ilan ba po days? Yung 7 days. Yeah, so first time ko mag-cruise, tas kasama rin family niya.
Family mo wala?
Family ko, kasama ko sila ng Pasko. So family niya ng birthday ko, tas New Year's.
So talagang mainit.
Thank you.
Even the way he talks and speak, no.
Thank you, guys!
Thank you.
Salamat po.
And
Back
with
to you,
that-
partner.
Okay, thank you. And with that last question from Alan, D, would thank them for coming and support. Please support The Haunted.
Yes, please, I hope, thank you guys for coming out on this big time for us actors. We're reminding ourselves of the promises that we make to each other, and we're sharing positivity with you guys, and you guys are sharing it back. So thank you so much. Hope you guys can watch The Haunted. It's coming out on the 8th, and we're gonna be here for Lutok na kayo, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, D. Shaina.
Yes, directed by Manny Palo. And handog po ito ng Dreamscape. Again, maraming salamat sa Dreamscape for trusting us once again.
Yes.
And yun, I'm encouraging everyone, gather your family members, your friends, at sabay-sabay kayong matakot ngayong Pasko and mag-bonding after. So yun, maraming salamat for coming and joining us tonight. And yun po, December 8, this Sunday na agad-agad, 8 p.m.
Thank you, Shaina. And of course,
Yes,
Jake.
maraming salamat po. December 8, Merry Christmas sa inyo lahat, and Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please stand up, Jake, Shaina, and D for another photo op. Of course, the core staff of Chang Brandes, Tocapio, Bimi, Barolante, Joel Mercado, syempre.
Center, please, center.
Ayun, gayahin natin. Good evening.
To your left,
Sige,
please.
Miss Marina, thank you. You're here.
Then to your